जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री श्री गौर श्री लघुपाल की हमारे तपस्विंद की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्रिषे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
For this Sunday evening program, we have so many interesting things like Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm going to speak on one important topic today. Why should we worship Krishna? What do we gain by such worship? People ask us this question nowadays. Or some people may not ask this question, but they have neglected the worship of Krishna. And they have become preoccupied with various duties and responsibilities in life. So, Srila Prabhupada writes in one of his which he says, ISKCON society is a society of devotees who have not forgotten Krishna. So those who are coming to these ISKCON temples, they are supposed to be devotees who have not forgotten Krishna and who are fixed up in the duties to Krishna. But if we know some of the things that I will share with you today, you will be even more inspired to continue remembering Krishna and also continue inspiring others to remember Krishna. One of the tendencies in this world of people is to always ask the question, what is in it for me? Whenever we do anything in life, people consider everything in terms of profit and loss, they always see. So once the Prabhupada was having a dialogue with his devotees, Prabhupada was saying, actually we serve Krishna because it is in our interest that we serve Krishna in the beginning. How? We have to be Krishna's part and parcel. If you serve Krishna, by nourishing the whole, the part also gets nourished. Like for example, say a company is making X amount of profit. They are giving some salary they are giving. Now imagine the company gets a boost by the employees and they make 8x profit. Then they are likely to give more incentives for their employees. Of course, the good company, not that they do everything and go away. So ultimately, the company is the whole and people are a part. So when the part and parcels come together and work for the company, then the profits are more and the incentives are more. It's a crude example. In the same manner, you will see that in a body, if you nourish the body, for example, my hands are very tired by lifting some luggage, my hands are paining. If you want to strengthen my hand, should I take the laddu and massage the laddu like this, or put it in the belly? So of course, I want strength for the hand, but the hand will not get strength by eating the laddu itself, without feeding to the belly. In the same manner, the Shastras say that our nourishment and strength comes from serving Krishna. In the Panchatantra, Prabhupada tells the story. Once upon a time, there was a competition between the senses. The eyes said, I am the one who sees the food. The nose said, I am the one who smells the food. If food doesn't smell nice, then nobody can eat the food. But then the teeth said, I am the one who crushes the food. I am the most important person. And the tongue said, of course, you may crush and give me, but taste is not good, I will spit it out. So I am more important than you, he said. And the hand said, okay, all of you are doing some work, but unless I feed the food into the mouth, how can you guys do any work? I am the most important, hand said. And finally, in a grave voice, the leg spoke. He said, unless I take the whole body to the hotel, you guys cannot even see the food. What to speak of eating it? And they all agreed that yes, this is true. Indeed, all of us are doing some work. There is only one fellow sitting and eating. Who is that fellow? Anybody know? Stomach. So they said, this fellow is sitting and eating and we all are working very hard. Therefore, better not work for the stomach and let's go on a strike. So they all went on a strike. But guess what happened? Naturally, the legs became weak, hands became weak, body became weak. So they all realized that without feeding the belly, we can't be nourished, we can't be strong. So Prabhupada told the story to illustrate this point that Krishna is like the stomach, the center, but the stomach doesn't keep all the food for itself. It nourishes the food, and then what it does, it gives nourishment to all the parts of the body. Now you all will observe one amazing phenomenon in this world that the plural subordinates serve a singular supreme, and the singular supreme nourishes the plural subordinates. If you observe it, for example, our hands are giving value to the belly, and the belly in turn is nourishing the hand, legs. Actually, the belly converts the food into a pulp with gastric juice and everything, makes it into blood, and then sends it to the heart. From the heart, it is pumped all over the body. Nourishment is given to all the body. Similarly, you will see that, like in a school, the children going to the school, they pay a fee to the school, and the principal is supposed to give them education and training and everything. They in turn get nourishment. In a country, the citizens are obedient to the president or prime minister, and the prime minister president in turn provides welfare for the people. Varieties of welfare, different types of welfare. You will see that. So, singular supreme being served by plural subordinates is not an unknown phenomenon to us. Even in this world, as I told you, little examples, you can observe that. So, please repeat after me the famous verse from the Upanishad. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. See, nityaha, nityanam means the jivas are all eternal, God is also eternal. The jivas are cognizant, God is also cognizant. Then we may ask them, what is the difference? Then he says, Eko Bahuna. God is Ek and we are Bahuna. Means God is one, we are many. God is singular supreme, we are plural subordinates. That's one which differentiates God and the jivas. So if that one is served, then the plural subordinate will be nourished. They will be happy. They want to be happy. But most people think that if I have to be happy, how can I become happy by serving somebody? In this world, people hate serving because when a person goes to company, he's thinking, when will my boss go out of station for a week? Then I can relax. And he thinks like that. And when the boss is in the company, he thinks, I will get a lot of job done for my subordinate. I will give him $5,000 per month, but I will get work of $30,000 per month. That much work I will get out. So subordinate want to escape from the job, do less job and make more money. And the employer wants to get more money out of subordinate. So it's not a way. Nobody goes to a company because you love the boss or something. You get a paycheck, so you go to a company. Therefore, in this world, nobody likes to be servant in this world. Everybody likes to be in a controlling position or a master position. So we have developed a phobia of servitude in this world. We just don't like to be servant. Because our notion is, if you are servant, it is like a slavery. Slavery is like punishment. I don't want to be slave of anybody. Therefore, when you refer to the Srimad Bhagavatam, we come to understand a very great secret in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Bhagavatam teaches what to speak of you or I becoming servant. God himself becomes a servant of his devotee. Like you will see Krishna riding the chariot of Arjuna. Have you ever seen a CEO of a company driving the car for one of the GETs working in the company? Some graduate in the training, you sit behind and I will drive you. Have you ever seen a CEO doing that? You'll never see except the pastime of Krishna becoming Parthasarathi, driving the chariot of Arjuna. So God himself tastes the joy of being a servant of his devotee. And the devotees taste the joy of being servant of God. They both actually mutually like to be servant of each other. So now what is the glory of being such a servant? You will find that leave alone the subject what we're talking now, even if you take in a family, if it's a good family, happy family, all the members of the family don't think about themselves, they think about others. Parents think of the children, children's welfare. Children think of the parents' welfare. Husband thinks of the wife's convenience and comfort, and wife thinks of the husband's convenience and comfort. You will see that. In the same manner, you will find it goes like this. This person thinks of this person thinks of this. It's like that. It's not that I think of myself and they think of them. That is selfish. I'll tell you an example. In one of our student centers, we had about 20 students staying together. I had given them a plan that every day the 20 students need 4 chapatis each. So you need how many? 80 chapatis. 80 chapatis we made, and Monday to Sunday we made a schedule. Every day we need about 4 devotees, 3 to 4 devotees to make the chapati. They were rolling. Another time when I went, I found that they had changed the pattern. They said, Prabhu, we have simplified. They said, what have we simplified? They said, we make a atta flour and keep it. Atta means the flour. The flour we make it and keep it for making chapatis. And then as many chapatis the boy wants, he can take so much rolls and make it himself. And he can eat that and go. I said, you never told me this change. When did you make it? They said we made it recently because many boys were saying that 4 chapatis is not enough. Some are eating 8, some are eating 6. So instead of 80, we had to make like 120 or 150, but becoming too much. So then another thing they found difficult was every day devotees are not coming for rolling chapatis. Sometimes people say, I have to study, I have to do that. So people give some glib excuses. So in order to simplify the job, we told, okay, you eat as many as you want. You make a flour and keep it, you roll it yourself. And we simplified only nowadays, no problem of management, they say. Now anybody can say, what is some very vital thing that is lacking in this new model? Yeah? Yes? Service is missing. They aren't doing service. They are just making for their own belly only. Correct, no? One is a service. Anything else? Cooperation is missing. Correct. That's second thing. Cooperation is missing. Selflessness is missing. No? Earlier, you are rolling chapati not for your belly. You are rolling it offer to Krishna and offer to the devotees, others. You are working for the welfare of others. By selfless sacrifice only, one can experience the sweetness in any relationship. So there is no selflessness or no sacrifice. If everybody becomes selfish, I me mine. Modern day society is called me society. Everybody thinks in terms of me, I, me, and mine. So that kind of relationship is very painful. In South India, there was one very big IT company. This IT company had many. In one tower they told me, this tower is for family. But in that tower, the houses had no kitchen. I was surprised. How is it that there is no kitchen at all at home? They cook. They said no, husband and wife both are working in IT company and they go at different times of the day. So they come down to the ground floor where there's a mess where they can eat and then they can go to company different times of the day. So then husband works in one shift and her wife works in another shift. And there was not much interaction and they eat out at different times. So although they are married, but there is no much interaction between them. There is no service at home for each other. Mutual help. Actually, in this world, we all have to struggle. But when we struggle together, helping one another, sacrificing for one another, Krishna is there. The other family is happy. Otherwise, if people are selfish, I want to take care of myself, you take care of yourself. But eventually, it goes down to they will stay on. So, and also, if you read Prabhupada's father from Kapoor, the first time realized that China and India had a very good relationship in the past. In 1963-64, the China country it waged a war against India. And Prabhupada says, for what? For a desolate land between India and China, which is always moist, where you cannot do cultivation, where you cannot build anything. It is an empty land. Further, China was fighting. The Prabhupada says, why? Because Prabhupada says earlier, China and India both were God-fearing, pure and simple. These three words he uses. What is the opposite of that? If you're not God-fearing, we ignore God in our life, not caring for God. And pure means earlier they were pure, now they are becoming pure in motivations. Earlier they were simple, now they have become complex. Which means these two countries have become godless and then they fight for tooth and nail for some trivial thing. So, on the platform of ego, possibly as possible. So, because of that, the countries are fighting, and it's Prabhupada wrote that Bhagavatam purport. When you keep God in the center, you are more sacrificing and you are more willing to bend and be flexible. If you are truly genuine in your prayer to God. And also, if we keep our life simple and not become complicated in our mindset of becoming too calculative about every small thing. Otherwise, we will fight over trivial things. Like one day in Pune station, I saw two dogs were catching two ends of a Bisleri bottle, which was a beaten up bottle. Somebody has drunk water, they have beaten up, it's a flat bottle. One dog is catching it, another catching it, they're pulling. 1 hour they are fighting. And I was waiting for the train. I saw there's no water to drink in that. And the bottle is a beaten up bottle. There's no use to them. Why they were fighting? Both wanted to prove that who will have the bottle, either me or you. They're fighting. Simply, this is a false ego. You got it. So, in this way, you will find when people become selfish, there will be fight amongst people. So, when we keep Krishna in the center, as I was telling you in the beginning, by serving Krishna, you stand to gain. He doesn't gain anything. Imagine in Ganga, you take one tumbler, one glass of water out of Ganga. Is Ganga going to lose? No, anything. Ganga has so much water. Now, if you add one glass of water to Ganga, will Ganga gain anything? How great it is for Ganga. And therefore, we cannot benefit Krishna. We cannot, make Krishna lose anything because he is so great in his opulences. He's not going to lose anything by giving you something or by you adding anything to him. So, in the Bhakti Canto, third chapter, there's a very beautiful pastime of Meru Devi and Navi. These two were husband and wife, great kings of the world. The Navi is the king of the world and Meru Devi is his good wife. They both are pure devotees. One day they requested the Brahmanas to perform a fire sacrifice and told them, please pray to the Lord that we will get a son. But we want a son as handsome as Lord himself. So please request him. So Brahmana did a sacrifice, and very quickly the Lord appeared as Vishnu in the fire sacrifice. Lord is beautiful, Mukut and Kundal, just like you see in the picture that Vishnu has appeared there in the beautiful picture you see. So Lord appeared like this in the middle of the fire sacrifice, and all the Brahmanas got up and offered obeisances. At that time, the Brahmanas told Lord Vishnu that we are ashamed to request you that where we are not, they want a child, therefore we call you. You are a very, very great personality, we should not have disturbed you. But because he is desirous, he wants a child like you. So they were saying that. At that time, what they say is very, very important. They are saying, by connecting with you, what all we gave, they gave a list of 20 items they gave us. They are saying that, my dear Lord Krishna, if somebody comes to you, you immediately fulfill whatever desires they have. You are capable of providing, you are a Varadarshava. Varadarsh means you are a giver of benedictions. Somebody wants good marks, you give good marks. Somebody wants a job, you give a job. Somebody wants this. So there's nothing in the world that you cannot give. Everything is within your capacity. Not only that, if somebody wants to go to heavenly planets, you allow them to heaven. Somebody wants Ashtasiddhis, you give them Ashtasiddhis. Somebody wants to get moksha, liberation, you give them liberation. Somebody wants to serve you on Vaikuntha, you take them to Vaikuntha. Somebody wants to be your friend, or a lover, or a parent, you give them that opportunity. And anybody wants any benedictions, you give. So they were saying that by coming and connecting with you, we have always seen that all living beings only stand. You all know that. So went with the chipped rice and gave chipped rice to Krishna, and went home, he saw how his house had transformed. Right? The fruit vendor lady gave some few fruits to Krishna. But then when Krishna returned her, she must have given 200 rupees worth of fruits, and she got 20 lakh worth the jewels and everything. But what is so special about her offering? Her intention was to please Krishna. And she gave whatever fruit she had, without calculating how many grains Krishna gave me, without calculating that she gave everything that she had wholeheartedly. So one of the great things we find in these devotees' lives, they didn't expect Krishna to give anything in return. Still Krishna gave. Sudama also didn't expect Krishna still gave. So similarly, you find the Kubja was taking Chandan to apply for Kamsa. But Krishna stopped her on the way and said, if you apply to Balaram and me, you will become fortunate. Then immediately, without any fear, she applied on Krishna's forehead and Balaram's forehead. And at the time, many Kamsa's servants were roaming around. If some spy would go and inform Kamsa that the Chandan meant for you was applied to Krishna Balaram, next moment, Kamsa is likely to cut off her head. That risk was there. But as Krishna says, what is the famous verse? She followed that Mahashikshana principle. Don't fear. I am here, Krishna says. So she had boldness and courage to offer Chandan to Krishna, even though her life was at threat. So Krishna saw that she has taken a life threat and served me. Next moment, he thought I should do something for her. He put his foot on her foot, caught hold of her two cheeks. She was actually a hunchback woman, carrying with a stick in the hand like that. She was a water. Krishna caught her cheeks and shook and lifted her up. The next moment, she turned into a young, beautiful girl. There, Prabhupada writes something very interesting. Prabhupada says that in this world, all the living beings are like Kubja, he says, including even beautiful cinema actors and actresses, because they are carrying simple reactions on their back, baggage of sin on their back. But if somehow or other one is fortunate, you make Krishna's devotee, they engage in Krishna's service. When you render little service, immediately you become beautiful. That's the moment Krishna makes you beautiful. Just like hippies became happies, they became beautiful. Krishna can make the devotee beautiful. Prabhupada saw the hippies were earlier with long beards and long hairs, ugly looking because of all kinds of dirty habits, stinking and everything. But when they became purified devotees, Prabhupada saw them clean shaved and wearing tilak and kanchmala, the neck beads and chapa beads, everything. They looked to Prabhupada said, you look like as if you have descended from Vaikuntha. They became very beautiful. Transcendently beautiful. So, in this way, anyone who connects with Krishna only stands to gain there is nothing to lose. Yes, you lose one thing. What is it? Suffering. You lose suffering forever. You put a full stop to suffering and go back to God. Like going to Krishna. So, to teach this principle, the scriptures teach us one another very important principle, which is to understand the relationship between three things: Jada, Chetan, and Ishvara. You see, everything in the nature is being produced by Krishna's smiling glance. When Krishna smiles, nature smiles. When Krishna is unhappy, nature will not give anything. You will see that. There is a verse which Kuntiman says, Imejana pada sruddha pakpaushadi virudaha paradrinati vidan panto ketan ke tavakishtai. She's saying, Krishna, when you glance at the nature is the flowers are blossoming, the fruits are ripening, the mountains are full of gold, silver, and diamond, and the ocean is full of navaratnas, and the cows' udders are full of milk. Simply by your glance alone, she's telling. But when Krishna is unhappy, we make him unhappy, then the nature will not offer its produce. So, when Prabhupada wrote the first canto, Prabhupada is powerfully commenting on this verse, Kama Varusha Padjanya, very powerful comment. He says that what is the need for slaughterhouses, or brothels, or clubs, or cinema theaters, or gambling casinos? All this, what is the need for all these things? Or what is the need for flesh and fish and all that, like he's asking? Because all these natural items are given by Krishna. Why modern man says two things, he says. One is this list of things they told you now. Another thing is big industrial enterprises for the joy, for the happiness of the elite few, and for the hard work of the masses. The Prabhupada says, man thinks that he can make his life more comfortable and happier by ignoring the God's gifts and by turning away from nature and God and making his life more and more complex and complicated. So, that Prabhupada writes that the nature is not under our control. The nature is under whose control? Krishna's control. Nature is Krishna's control. So if Krishna orders the nature, with his sun and moon, two eyes, Krishna looks at the nature, and then the nature flourishes. Because the sun gives rains, sun gives grains, it gives fruits, cereals, spices, everything. And the moon supplies 6 types of juices. So then that's how the nature is flourishing. So the sun and moon have to look at the nature, and by the glance, Krishna has to provide us all. So here comes the main point. Modern man's idea is work hard and enjoy. You work hard, you make money, you have a big bank balance, and then you can get comforts and luxuries and you can enjoy life. But you will see that I'll give you 2, 3 examples, it will make it very clear. Modern man converted horse into horsepower program. Horse carriage into horsepower motor car. But horse carriages never had accidents. But horsepower motor car has accidents. Horse carriages have no pollution. Horse is only possible which is organic. But the horsepower motor cars have pollution. You see this. In this way, you can see modern man's idea of becoming happy is by disconnecting with God. His idea of becoming happy. Therefore, you find man has a lot of dollar notes in his pocket, but his heart is empty. So when Srila Prabhupada came to America, he went to Berkeley. He asked the question, why do young boys and girls are committing suicide? He asked it. They have so much money, they have broad roads, they have tall towers, they have so much luxury, facility, they have handsome bodies. Why they are not happy? Because any happiness that is stripped off from Krishna cannot. It's like a branch of a tree cut off from the tree may appear green for a while, but it will be eventually drying out. Similarly, nobody can be happy by disconnecting with God or turning away from God. But by making an effort to understand what He wants us to do and aligning with it, true happiness begins from that. That is the lesson. So the first canto Prabhupada teaches to many purport. These are some of the prominent ones which I told you. The first canto. That Prabhupada says, the 3 things are connected. For example, we do yajna. Yajna means that which pleases Vishnu. Then Lord smiles. Then nature smiles. Then we reap the benefits from the nature. So in this way, all are connected. Now, if people don't please Vishnu, for example, many of the people found that they are not doing any work to please God, then the rains don't come. Then the man thought, whenever rains come, you have to make a dam because rain doesn't come. See, God is so intelligent. He has made the vast ocean, but He has locked the ocean with salt. You cannot drink the ocean water. But if it is locked up, how can you open the lock? The mechanism to open the lock is yajna. Yajna bhavati parjanyo. That means the ocean water is turned into sweet water when you perform yajna. Here comes a very simple principle. You take the ocean water and offer it to sun, and the sun will turn it into sweet water and give you. Similarly, whatever resources you have, you offer it to Krishna first and then take it. You will see Krishna will convert it into sweet and give you. For example, we have a salary. A part of salary you offer it to Krishna. And then you take it, that money is yajna. Food you are cooking, offer it to Krishna and then take it, then it becomes sanctified food. Now somebody may ask, here is ocean water, I am living here, why can't I take drink ocean water? Can you drink? You can drink, but if you drink, what will happen? You will ocean water quench your thirst, or it will aggravate your thirst. Huh? It increase. Why? Because it's saltish water. No, when you drink it. Similarly, anything unoffered to Krishna will increase our thirst. Krishna. If we, without connecting things with Krishna, if you accept anything in this world, it will increase our burning sensation in the throat. Increase our thirst. On the other hand, you offer it to sun and take it, it becomes sweet water. Somebody may say, water is so near. Yes, it may be near, but you cannot enjoy it unless you offer it to Krishna and take it. Everything should be offered. So we can talk about the quota that is not to be exceeded. That Lord speaks in scriptures. You know the Ishwar verse? Esha Vasamidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatta Jagat. Now I tell you some 10 things you can think about this quota. Anything you accept, it is say, for example, food I told you. What is sanctioned food? Vegetarian food. What is sanctified food? Prasadam. What is regulated food? Prasadam in moderate quantity. Correct, no? All these three we have to follow. Similarly, for example, family. Somebody want to marry. What is sanctioned? A man marrying a woman is sanctioned in scriptures. And what is sanctified marriage? Husband and wife both trying to become devotees. Entrance and devotion service. What is regulated lifestyle? Husband and wife being satisfied in whatever situation Krishna has put us in, not becoming extremely lavish or extremely extravagant. And so keep the family in such a way that we will not compromise on devotion service. There's a balance, material spiritual balance. Similarly, you will find earning money. Is it what is sanctioned? You should use money that fits in your pocket. Don't take loan, don't take credit card. So whatever you earn, only that we should spend. We should not put our hand in another's pocket. Like Duryodhana put hand in Pandava's pocket. That we should not do. So that is sanctioned money. What is sanctified money? See, sanctioned money company gives you after removing TDS. You agree? You know TDS? Tax deducted at source, they call it. In India, they call it. Here, what do they call it? Here, they don't have it? They don't have. What they call it? After tax. In India, they call it TDS. They call it tax deducted at source. For example, if somebody is, somebody is drawing, say monthly, for example, $10,000 is drawing. They remove 2,000 and they give only 8,000. The company is that's what they do. But then when you get a salary, then you offer a portion of that salary. You remove another TDS, transcendental devotional service. Another maybe $500 something, and then you keep it for Krishna service. Then that is sanctified money. Sanctioned money means honorably earned money. Sanctified money means after giving some portion to Krishna, then you use the balance for you. That is a sanctified money. And what is regulated money? Always being a mode of saving. Don't lavishly spend away. Save for the future. Which is better? Save extravagantly and keep on slogging till the age of 80, or spending moderately and saving for the future. So this everything can be seen. Like taking a house, it is sanctioned. You have the right to purchase the land and build a house if you want. And what is A sanctified house, you have an altar at home. Most people in the place of altar keep a big television. Huge television and the altar is not to be seen. So, of course, a huge television without God's altar at home signifies a materialistic lifestyle. So we should have a big, as much big TV you have, that means big altar which you have also. So they are in front of the altar, everybody should come and do kirtan at home. Gopal, right? Gopal and Ram. These two are brothers. These two brothers, they come from Portland. Right from the childhood, they are trained in doing kirtan. Parents are devotees, very serious practicing devotees. So they are trained them from when they were kids. So they have picked up that sanskar from a young age. Now they have come to the college and still that good habit is continuing now. Now the parents are not chasing after them, or it is good or not. They come here automatically Saturday. They come. They do every Saturday here. You all are welcome. Saturday evening you do, correct? Saturday evening they come and do. So in a home where there is an altar at home, morning one should wake up, remove the old flowers, put fresh flowers, and put fruits for the Lord, flowers for the Lord, offer arati to the Lord, light up the lamp, bow down to the Lord. Krishna expects that you do this. Why? Because we should come and see him every day and develop a relationship with him. But nowadays people put a low voltage bulb, like a lamp, and they say, well, put some artificial flowers and leave the Lord and go away. You shouldn't do that. Every day you should go to see him, bow down to him, give this things to him. So you have altar, which is lively altar at home, where you do kirtan, you celebrate festivals, invite the neighbors, give some prasadam to everybody. Every day recite at least one page of Bhagavad Gita, one page of Bhagavatam. You know what Shankara says? Bhagavad Gita, Kinchida Gita, Rakkajalalava Kanita Gita, Satyada Piyena Murari Samacha, Priyate Nayamena Sacha, Vaja Govindam, Vaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamati. Nobody says. Bhagavad Gita, Kinchit Gita. Daily read one page of Bhagavad Gita at least. And Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita. One drop of Ganga every day you take, Ganga water. And then at least once you come and sit in the Murari Samarcha, in assembly like this, where we discuss about Krishna. You come and sit. Then he's saying at the time of death, Yamadutas will not come to have any debate with you. He's saying, if you do these three things, Yamena Nachacha, he's saying, they will spare you, he says, because you have made an effort to connect with Krishna. So in this way, the home, taking a home is sanctioned for you if you are doing with your own money. You are not encroaching on another's land. Duryodhana wanted to encroach on Pandava's land, but if you are having your own land, that's sanctioned. And when you make an altar at home, then it's sanctified. Now, what is a regulated home? Nowadays, some people who draw a lot of money from the multiple jobs, they even purchase 5 or 6 houses and they leave it on rent and multiply the money even more. They want to invest money somewhere. Correct? So one should think that, okay, I have saved some money and I have invested in some this thing. Now I also should actually give charity. One should think about doing. And therefore, the land, Prabhupada says in 12.10, Bhagavad Gita, you will see. One should be sympathetic to the propagation of Krishna consciousness. Moment he said. So, in this way, home can be made a temple. So, everything has to be sanctioned, sanctified, regulated. You will see that. So, then we are putting Krishna at the center of our life. Some people add Krishna to their life. Some people put Krishna at the center of their life. What is the difference between the two? Adding Krishna to our life means, I want something, I am trying by this, 10 things I am trying, and 11th thing will be Krishna also. Let me pray to Krishna also. He will also help me get what I want. Like many boys, go to the temple and say, oh God, please pass me the examination. So God passed him. Oh God, please make sure I complete my degree. I complete this degree. Oh God, please give me a good job. They got a good job. Oh God, please give me promotion. And God gave him promotion. Then he'll go and say, oh God, Now I am 30, 32, 33, no match is coming properly, please get me married properly. And they got married. Then after 3, 4 years, they didn't get a child. Everybody's asking, what happened? No child, no child. And they go to God and say, please, at least give one child at least. And they got a child, and 15 years he won't go to temple. God is wondering, where is that fellow gone? Now he was regularly coming. After this again, he'll go, oh God, please give generosity to my son again. Please make him pass. Please give him a job. Please give him promotion. So this is called as give me, give me, give me. Prabhupada said, we are not a bread seeking religion, we are a bread giving. Yashoda is giving bread to Krishna. She is not asking. If you see Yashoda here with Krishna, she is feeding Krishna. She is asking Krishna and feeding Krishna. She is giving Krishna or taking from Krishna. She is giving. So Prabhupada said, if you cultivate the habit of giving Krishna, without your asking, Krishna will give you. Sudama never went to ask anything, did he? That fruit got the lady, he went to Krishna to ask something. Krishna, I will give you fruits and make sure you fill up my basket with gold and silver. Did she say that? No. We don't keep any expectations. We always go in, like children, small children, if you see this, small child, if you see, this child doesn't worry about the cold winter coming now. November at December. The sweater and other things, who will worry about it? Parents will worry about it. Krishna will take care. Yoga Kshema. Krishna says. So having firm faith that Krishna will take care of me, and then be engaging in Krishna service, understanding the sanctioned, sanctified, regulated, following the simple formula. And performing yajna. Yajna doesn't mean only offering ahuti, the sacrifice of fire. Yajna means any activity done to please the Lord. Is actually called yajna. So in the Mahabharata, Krishna proved the same fact which I told you till now. Like I told you, Krishna smiles, then nature smiles, I told you. When Krishna is satisfied, then nature will be satisfied. In the same manner, at one time the Kauravas cheated the Pandavas. How? When Arjuna and Pandavas were dressed up like Brahmanas, when it was? After they escaped from the Lakshadweep, they were dressed up like Brahmanas, but they didn't want to show who they were. They came to Draupadi's Swayamvar. The Draupadi's Swayamvar, the Kshatriya side, one by one, they all went to eat the fish. But everybody missed it at least by a hair length. They could not hit, including very, very big warriors. And now the announcer was announcing that, alas, there is no Kshatriya here who could, hit arrow on the eye of the fish. And then he asked, is there anybody else who would like to try? And from Brahmana side, one man got. Who was that? Arjuna. Where Arjuna walked in the front, all the Brahmanas were very happy. Oh, even in our side, somebody is there. So when he went and hit exactly the eye of the fish, all the Brahmanas took their angles and they were rotating. Oh, one Brahmana has won. So Kshatriyas were ashamed. Then Drupada agreed to give his daughter in marriage to Arjuna. Then when Arjuna got married, they were invited for a lunch. So Drupada was very suspicious. Who are these Brahmanas, brothers? But they were not thin Brahmanas, they were Atakata Brahmanas, very strong fellows. He was already suspicious. Are they Brahmanas or Kshatriya? Then after finishing the prasad, Drupada had arranged for 4 tables. The first table he had kept, nice sweets and eatables. Kept, like that. And of course, he had kept Shastras, books he had kept in the first table. And second table he kept, swords and shields and mace and different things like that. Third one he kept gold coins and everything. The fourth one he had kept, clothes and food and everything like that. Basically for Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, 4 categories. As soon as these fellows finished prasad, they waved their hands, directly came to the second table. And immediately Bhima took the mace, was seeing which mace is good one. Immediately Drupada understood these fellows are Kshatriyas. And he also saw their shoulder was having the mark of quiver. He understood. So later on it was revealed eventually. Now at that time one thing happened. Krishna Balaram also had come for this Swayamvar. And Krishna was telling to Balaram ji, Bhaiya, who is that? The Brahmana who is winning. Balaram said, who doesn't know? Everybody knows it's Arjuna. So after that, Duryodhana became very insecure and fearful. Duryodhana told Dhritarashtra, alas, we made a plot to kill the Pandavas, but we couldn't kill. Now they may want to take revenge upon us. So better that before they do that, let us give them a place which is like a God-forsaken place, good for nothing place for them to rule, so that we can live in peace. So that time, Dhritarashtra called the Pandavas and gave them the Kandavaprastha. Kandavaprastha was a big, thick jungle. It was fully infested with demons and animals and everything. The forest, thick jungle it was. You can't do anything there. Nobody can enter the jungle, full of mosquitoes and all kinds of bats and everything like that. But just see how wonderful it is. Anywhere Krishna puts his hand, he touches any place, it becomes wonderful. Prabhupada in America even took buried places, you know that? In some places, buried places are cheaply available. So Prabhupada took it and converted into a temple. And the devotees of Prabhupada is a buried place. People say there will be ghosts. What to do? Prabhupada said, loudly chant Hare Krishna. All the ghosts will be gone. It was very bold. London also, in America also, Prabhupada took buried places and converted them into temples. You can imagine how powerful holy name is. Sanidhyat sanidhyat mahayogin padakani mahantavi sadyo nashyanti vaipumsam Vishne suretaraha. It says, this verse says, Vishnoriva suretaraha. It says that where Vishnu comes, demons flee far away. Where you switch on the tube light, darkness flees far away. Where you chant the holy name, all the ghosts will fly far away. Like that it said. Similarly, Krishna came, he told Arjuna, Agni Deva came as a Brahmana and requested Krishna that allow me to consume this forest of Pandavas. So they both went around the forest in a chariot, round and round and round. Agni Deva consumed the whole forest. Indra was trying to thwart the Agni Deva from swallowing the forest fire by rains. Arjuna made a arrow chakra and stopped all the rains. So ultimately, you will see when Mayadana came out of the forest, Krishna told him to make Maya Sabai. Okay? The amazing relationship between Krishna and Arjuna was so sweet. When Mayadana came and caught hold of Arjuna's feet and said, forgive me, please leave me, don't kill me. Arjuna said, you have caught my feet, how can I kill you? I won't kill you, don't worry, I'll spare your life. And then Mayadana asked him, what can I do for you? Arjuna said, I don't need anything, he said. If you want to do something for Krishna, he said. And when he caught Krishna's feet, so Krishna said, do something for my devotee Arjuna. So he was going back and forth. He didn't know whom to serve. At that time, Krishna finally said, okay, I will give you one service. What is it? Build a Maya Sabha, a very big palace, and convert this Khandavaprastha into Indraprastha. He said, that's a beautiful city. With neatly laid roads and beautiful trees and wells and water supply. Nice buildings for people to live. It should be like a golden city, very attractive city. So Mayadhara did that, and he built the Maya Sabha also. After that, the country was so beautiful that all the Asthana Purvas started vacating. All the learned Brahmanas, Shaiva the Kshatriyas, well-to-do Vaishyas, loyal Shudras, they all started lining up coming to Indraprastha, and Dhritarashtra became worried. If everybody empties our place and goes away, who will be there for us to rule over? Immediately he put a ban on going out of Hastinapur. He said, go where one is all right, nobody else will go down. He stopped people from going. So, in that place of Indraprastha, in the Maya Sabha, Krishna used to regularly go to meet Yudhishthira Maharaj. That's why it's mentioned in Bhagavatam. Yoyam liloke vata bhuri bhada lokam punana manayogi yanti kesham punana vaste visakshat buddha parabrahma manusya lingam. This one is, Shukadeva Goswami is telling Yudhishthira Maharaj. Sir, Narada is telling Yudhishthira Maharaj that Yudhishthira, you are such a great devotee of Krishna that Krishna comes to live in your palace here, in Indraprastha. And all the Rishi Munis in the palace, they are lining up, queuing up in your palace to see Krishna. Your palace has become like a temple. He's saying, you are such a wonderful devotee. Krishna loves you so much, Pandavas. He comes and lives. So Krishna loved the Pandavas. He made the one Indraprastha for them. He made the Maya Sabha city for them. He lived with them. He gave them happiness, joy. Because they were completely sold out to Krishna, Pandavas. On the other hand, Kauravas were never happy. although they were apparently ruling the world. So by making the Lord happy, we become happy truly. And Lord was always there for the Pandavas. He was a Bhakta Vatsala. He protected Parikshit, he protected Arjuna, he protected the Pandavas in the battle of Kurukshetra, he brought them victory. He made them the kings of the whole world. And he was always by their side to guide them in every respect. So in this way, in our lives, this is the lesson today that we should take home. That acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. These four principles, if you do, you are doing yajna in your life. The very first principle is acceptance of God means don't ignore Him. People are too busy ignoring God and doing so many other things. Like Duryodhana was such a foolish person. In the battle of Kurukshetra, he glorified Dronacharya, he glorified Bhishma, he glorified Karna, everybody. And then on the other side, he talked about Arjuna, talked about Bhima, everybody. But one important person he missed out. Who is it? Krishna. Why? If you ask Duryodhana, he will say, what is the use of talking about Krishna? He's not going to lift anybody. He's useless fellow. Either he thought. But that Krishna was actually the pivot of the whole battle. He would never talk about Kurukshetra unless there was Krishna in the battle. Is it not true? Do we talk about Battle of Panipat? We don't talk about Second World War or the First World War. We talk about Kurukshetra. Why? Because who was present there? Krishna. But for Duryodhana, Krishna was not important. He thought that anyway he's not going to lift any weapon, he's just going to be silent. What's the use talking about him? He thought. Little did he know Krishna is shaking all the millions of universes. He doesn't know it. That goes to show his utter foolishness. This is the meaning of materialist. The materialist thinks everything in terms of matter only. And Arjuna was spiritualist. He knew that if I have Krishna, I have everything. If I don't have Krishna, I have nothing. Krishna is like the one before a string of zeros. That confidence Arjuna had. Therefore, he told Krishna that I want only you. I don't want Narayana. Therefore, Pandavas emerged victorious. They had the right map actually, right perspective in life. So in our lives also, if you want to have right perspective, we should know that I should put Krishna at the center of my life, like Pandavas, like Prahlad, like Amrish Maharaj. Make Krishna a very important part of my life. And that means acceptance of Krishna, alignment with Krishna's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. Acceptance of God, alignment with God. Acting for the pleasure of God means doing all activities, transition, downs, reciting the Vedic scriptures, living the association of devotees, and worshipping the Lord every day, and preparing our consciousness to return back to God. And then acting on behalf of God means as a parent for the children, as teachers to the students, as any executive head of the state or a leader for the subordinates. You have to act as the representative of God. So in this way, we can become happy by pleasing Him. That's the correct route to become happy. Just like I told you, you get sweet water by offering water to the sun. Similarly, we offer everything to Krishna and become truly happy. Thank you. Prabhupada ki jai. 3 minutes are there. I can take some questions. One person. Any point you want to share or you want to ask a question? So in case you don't ask a question, you can reflect on a point which you heard in the class. Anybody, I'll send you the mic. Any point that you heard, you remembered well, you liked it, and you're going to carry home with you. Anybody wants to show it, they can raise the hand. One point from the class. If nobody is able to repeat, I'm a worse teacher. I could not convey one point. Hear that. Yes.
The one that I really like is the last few verses. Duryodhana won the army of Krishna, but Arjuna, the Pandavas, they wanted Krishna himself. So, any benefits that you get from Krishna or the Krishna himself, you get yourself. I think that's a much better option, and it would save your life.
So Duryodhana wanted Krishna's pocket, and Pandavas wanted Krishna. Because if you get Krishna, Krishna's pocket comes along with you. Because if we get Narayana, you have Lakshmi also. But you want only Lakshmi. Then Ravana took only Lakshmi to Lanka. He got into trouble. Therefore, we should want you accept Narayana along with Lakshmi. Don't accept only Narayana. That's the point. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. As Prabhuji mentioned, I like the point where Arjuna was saying that you serve Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna was saying you serve Arjuna. So Arjuna's mindset was only about serving Krishna. And he was satisfied in that. So all the byproducts he was getting, but he did not think about that.
Laterally they came there.
Yeah. And as opposed to that, Duryodhana was only thinking about the byproducts, how to acquire that, but that was leading to all the misery.
Yeah, exactly. And he ignored Krishna. He ignored Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, one thing I really liked about your lecture was that you talked about building a relationship with Krishna and that relationship should not be transactional. So in the case of the fruit seller or Sudama, both of them did not ask for anything from Krishna. They were excited to just build a relationship with Krishna. And as a result of that, they got all the material wealth and more they could have wanted. So the priority is building a personal relationship with Krishna and not asking for anything.
Very good. Thank you. Haribol. Brilliant.
Hare Krishna Guru. So you mentioned this sanctioned, sanctioned, sanctified, and regulated, right? So Prabhu, this comes from Ishopanishad or what? Or like, can you just elaborate on the verse and this this concept?
It was Ishavastamidam Sarvam. That's a sanction. This is the second verse. After Om Purnamada Purnamidam, after that it comes. After the invocation, this was Ishavastamidam Sarvam. And the verse Yajna Karmanam Yatra Karma Bandhana, that was sanctified. It talks about sanctified. Yuktahara Viharasya Yukta Jeshasya Karmasu, that was not quoted yet. So these are three different verses from where I obtained these three. But these three are stressed with Prabhupada in many places. Thank you. Anybody else would like to recollect some point from the class? Is there any hand up? Here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. As a parent, I feel like I can plan something for my kids. I can do this and I can do that. I think it is always, as you said, it is always better to put Krishna and pray him to happen that thing, how it's supposed to happen. So it is his responsibility if I pray him. So that's what I felt like. Even the food also, we said like we have to do prasadam and then give it to the family. So that would, as a mom, I can say that that is a good point which I got.
You can act as a representative.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Behind anybody else? Any hand is up?
Thank you so much, Guruji. I was just reflecting on that point when you mentioned about Duryodhana, how everything is orchestra by Krishna himself, even the war.
Yeah.
So in this situation, Duryodhana forgot that Krishna can, without even lifting his finger, can do anything and everything. He's a controller in everything. He's basically maintaining everything in universes. So I think this is a material life and the illusion that I think for me personally, I was just reflecting that once we are out of this door, we think that, oh, I can do this or I can do that. But again, remembering that, Krishna is the supreme. And
he has to sanction.
Yeah, he has to sanction, and this is all, in a way, illusion that when you think that, oh, let me do this and let me try and let me control this. But instead, we should just surrender on to Krishna.
Exactly, very good. We should make our effort and then we say, do your best and what is the second part?
And we get it at Krishna.
I will say, do your best and let Krishna do the rest. So it is another formula also. Where there is a will, Krishna, where there is a will, and Krishna shows the way. That's a more complete understanding. Vedanta Buddhi Yoga. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, that's one. Ram, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Pretty simple point, but just like as currently I'm a student, so working like hard is very important, but like I guess it's very important to keep Krishna at the center. It's not clear every day how the work that I'm doing is gonna help serve Krishna, but like working very focusly is fine as long as Krishna is overall at the center of like the reason as to why I'm working. So that's just important to keep in mind, like you said. Like it said, like
You see, you are a student. Ram is a student now. So how should a student keep Krishna at the center? I'll tell you 2-3 lines. See, there are 4 questions spoken in Karma Yoga. If you ask Hanuman, who are you? He will say, I am Ramadut. He will say, what work do you do? I do Ram's work. I do. How do you do the work? I do it diligently, with a committed way, dedicated way. And then what do you do with the result? You will say, I'll give it all back to Ram, because it is only by his mercy I'm able to do it. So this is actually called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means you act as a proper instrument. Now, in the same manner, if you see in your study, before you start any work, you have to pray to the Lord, please give me the intelligence, give me the Shakti, give me the buddhi to do this work properly. And let me do this work as an offering to you. What is the meaning of that? 2 things you have to give up. Palakamshi, Dambi. 2 things. One should not be fruitive in doing any work. Fruitive means what? I did it. By my hard work, I have become from a beggar to a billionaire. People say like that. No? That means he's taking the credit upon himself. And another thing, dharma means ahankar. One should give up the ahankar, and phalakangsha means one is attached to the fruits. The person is attached to fruits, if he doesn't get the fruits, he commits suicide also. There are people like that. So one should not be attached to the fruits. So when they are doing the work, before beginning the work, they offer a prayer. If you are doing a job, you are going to start a new project, you pray to Krishna that may this project happen properly by your mercy, and let me give all the credit to you, and let me give some of the fruits to you. You pray like that. And then while doing the project, you may not remember. While studying, while going, coming, you will become very busy. But when the results come, if the results come very good, ultimately you should say that I'm chanting Hare Krishna. So Krishna made my life very easy for me. It's all his glance upon me that I got good marks. And if you didn't get good marks, people say, hey, you are Hare Krishna, you lost your marks. Yes, I'm Hare Krishna, but I did not study well. No, I didn't put my effort. Now next time I'll put my efforts also. So our effort and Krishna's mercy. Like I sow the seed, God gives the rains. I give the interview, and the panel has to choose people to job. I write the examinations, and the letters will give me marks. So it's 50-50. So we should do our 50 very well. I should do my best. And also by your studies, how you can connect to Krishna, your studies. You can tell some of your friends that I'm chanting Hare Krishna is very helpful in calming my mind, in getting focus and concentration in my studies. And I practice clean habits. I keep away from vices. If you guys want to learn the good life, please come and teach you. Then they should be inspired by your academic scores, by which they will also want to become devotees. And that way, if you bring a few boys to devotional service, then this way you are connecting your academics to devotional service. A big businessman is making a lot of money. He says that I cannot come to temple and spend time, but I can give donation. He gives like that. So in this way, everybody can connect their profession or education or business to Krishna. The fruits which are coming out of that, they can offer it to Krishna. So, like I studied in IIT Bombay. When I became brahmachari and started preaching, in the first program, 40 boys and girls had come. Right? I gave a class on reincarnation topic. And then I asked any questions. One boy raised his hand and he asked me, how did you join IIT? That was the first question he asked. So then, of course, I answered him. But the point is, people are inspired by your education. You can use that education to give them Krishna consciousness. They will come to you, like Sanatana Goswami. somebody came to him to get class money. But he gave him Mahamantra. Correct, no? So let them come to you attracted by your academic excellence. I heard our Gopal is a genius in physics and maths both. Yeah. He's getting centum. So you'll attract the people. So they are coming to and getting attracted to your academic achieve excellence. But you give them Krishna. That way you are connecting your academics to Krishna. All right. So thank you all very much for your rapt attention and enthusiastic participation. Prabhupada.